Long before hospitals, medicine bottles, or surgical blades, there was a beat. Not a heartbeat, but a rhythm played by hands on stretched skin, echoing through forests, mountains, and memory. It wasn't entertainment, it was healing. In a time when diseases had no names and pain had no language, there existed tribes who turned to something deeper: vibration. When a child grew weak or an elder's breath slowed, the tribe's healer didn't reach for herbs first. They sat before a sacred drum, closed their eyes, and played. But this was no ordinary rhythm. It was precise, ancient, passed from elder to apprentice like a holy secret. The tempo wasn't guessed. It was calculated, believed to match the pulse of the earth, the breath of the wind, and the frequency of human bones. The healer didn't need to ask where the pain was. They listened, not to words, but to energy. A drum is more than sound. It's vibration. And these vibrations, it was said, could be a map to the body's ailments. By feeling the echoes within, the healer could diagnose. By matching the drum's pace to the patient's state, they could treat. As the drum beat began, it wasn't just sound filling the air. It was pressure, movement, resonance. The body, according to these ancient minds, didn't just respond to touch or medicine. It responded to harmony. The art of the sonic healer was not in curing, but in tuning, in making the discordant notes of sickness harmonize with the orchestra of the body. And how did they know which notes to play? From the very first chants to the most intricate melodies, everything in existence vibrates. Each object, each living thing, each cell and atom has its own sound signature. These frequencies, though subtle, can be perceived by those who listen closely, by the keen ears of a mother bird, the sensitive whiskers of a cat, or the attuned fingers of a shaman. What if these ancient healers believed they could hear the music of the body's ailments, that each cough, each fever, each ache had its own sound signature? Imagine a world where your body speaks in frequencies, where every illness has its own tune, and your fingers are the instruments to diagnose and treat them. These ancient healers weren't just playing random rhythms. They were tuning into the body's song, listening to the dissonances caused by disease, and then harmonizing them away. So what did these tunes sound like? Sometimes the beat was slow and deep, calling cells to calm, bringing fever down. Other times sharp and fast, meant to awaken, to shake the illness loose. Observers claimed to see sweat break instantly, headaches vanish, even bleeding slow as the rhythm carried through the air like a signal only the body could decode. How could this be? Well, imagine a symphony orchestra, each instrument playing a different note, all contributing to the harmony of the composition. Similarly, our bodies are composed of various cells, each working together to maintain health. When disease strikes, it's like a discordant note in this grand symphony. Cells get out of sync, their frequencies off key. It's here that the healer steps in, not with pills or potions, but with percussive medicine. Their drum becomes the conductor's baton, leading the body's cells back into harmony. Just as a skilled conductor guides an orchestra, the healer tunes into the body's rhythms, identifying the source of the dissonance. Then, with precise beats, they work to bring the discordant cells back into harmony. Modern science might scoff at these claims, yet recent studies hint at the truth of these ancient practices. Our brains, it turns out, have their own frequencies, brainwaves that dictate our mental states. And guess what? These brainwave frequencies are remarkably similar to drumming rhythms used in traditional healing ceremonies. Some traditions, for instance, use a steady, slow beat to induce alpha brainwave states, promoting relaxation and calmness, perfect for soothing anxiety or easing pain. Others employ faster, pulsating rhythms to stimulate beta brainwaves, designed to invigorate and energize the body's defenses, shaking off lethargy and boosting the immune system. In fact, research suggests that drumming can directly influence our brainwaves. It's like a natural pacemaker, guiding our brains into specific states of focus or tranquility. Could these ancient healers have known this without modern machines? Did they understand the profound connection between sound, the brain, and the body in a way that science is only now rediscovering? While skeptics may doubt these age-old practices, the echoes of such traditions still resonate across the globe. In the Amazon, in parts of Africa, and remote corners of Asia, echoes of this tradition still survive. Some call it sound therapy today. But for those ancient people, it wasn't therapy, it was survival. Their belief was clear. If the body was a drum, illness was a disharmony, and the right beat could retune life itself. And there's one more mystery. In some tribes, the drum was more than just a tool. It was a partner, almost a living entity. You see, some of these drums were buried with their healers. Why? Because they said not every hand could summon the right rhythm. That the drum recognized the player. If struck by the wrong person, it produced nothing, as if the magic refused to rise. Even today, in isolated communities, legends persist about these drums. Tales of a sacred bond between the healer and the drum, of a power that resided in the wood and hide, thrumming with the wisdom of generations. And some say that drum became a test, a challenge to the would-be healer. To earn the right to play it, they must undergo years of training, learning not just the rhythms, but the very language of the drum. One legend even tells of a man who stole the healer's drum, tried to use it, and fell sick himself. The tribe believed the drum had punished him, not for stealing wood and hide, but for trying to fake wisdom he had never earned. This tale isn't just a cautionary story. It points to something profound. It highlights the sanctity of knowledge, the respect owed to tradition, and the interconnectedness of all things. The drum isn't just an instrument. It's a repository of collective wisdom, a silent teacher passing down its secrets only to those who demonstrate genuine respect and commitment. Could there be something to this ancient wisdom? Can sound really heal? Can vibration be medicine? Today, we stand on the threshold of rediscovering what our ancestors knew intuitively. We're learning that everything in the universe resonates at a specific frequency, including our bodies. When we fall ill, it's like a discordant note in this grand symphony of existence. Modern medicine often treats these ailments with drugs that can silence the symptoms, but don't always address the root causes. They're like quick fixes to a broken instrument, patching up the sound rather than tuning the instrument itself. What if the solution lies not in silencing the symptoms, but in understanding the music of the body, in listening to the frequencies of illness and treating them with harmonious vibrations? This is the essence of the ancient healing traditions, a holistic approach that treats the body as a symphony orchestra, guiding each part to play in perfect harmony. Just as a musician fine-tunes their instrument, its traditions encourage a deep connection between the healer and the patient, a partnership in the journey towards wellness. The healer doesn't just impose a cure, they collaborate with the body's natural rhythms, coaxing it back into balance. Is this merely a mystical belief? Or is there scientific backing to this ancient practice? Research into the healing potential of sound is burgeoning, suggesting that these traditional methods might have roots in scientific fact. Studies show that specific sound frequencies can impact our brain waves, influencing our mental and physical states. Certain frequencies can promote relaxation, aiding in the management of stress and anxiety. Others can invigorate the immune system, potentially helping the body fight off infections. It's as if these ancient healing traditions were encoded with natural laws, guiding practitioners and patients alike along a path towards well-being. These findings suggest that the human body, far from being a machine, is a complex symphony of vibrating energy, a harmonious blend of frequencies that, when disrupted by illness or stress, can be realigned with the right sonic medicine. So the next time you hear a beat in nature, distant thunder, woodpecker taps, the heartbeat of rain, remember, our ancestors once believed those sounds could heal. And maybe in ways we still don't fully understand, they were right. If this ancient truth intrigued you, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to The Forgotten Path, where echoes of lost wisdom still speak.